Hello, and welcome to SGN Sammamish Episode 3. We have a jam-packed episode full of good news because Sammamish, you continue to rock and paint rocks. Art is a fantastic way to show community spirit, and so is protecting each other by wearing masks. Even our trees, bunnies, and Bigfoots, or is it big feet, are rocking masks. The city of Sammamish organized a mask giveaway for humans only earlier this month. Let's go to Judith on the street to learn more.
This is Judith, and I am on the street in front of the CW building. We are here checking out the city of Sammamish, who are distributing masks for all of its residents. I am going to be speaking with Andrew. He is the City of Sammamish's emergency manager, and he's going to tell us about this event.
Hi, so my name is Andrew Stevens. I'm the emergency manager for the City of Sammamish. I work with Eastside Fire and Rescue. What we're doing today is a free mask distribution. So we're handing out cloth face coverings, 2 per person per household. So if you're a household of 4, you get 8 masks, so you can wear one and wash one. Face coverings have been shown to be one of the most instrumental things in slowing the spread of COVID-19. We have 16,000 face masks to distribute. So what you see behind me is a community pointed distribution. This is a drive-through event. It's very low impact. You see all of our folks are wearing proper PPE and really not interacting with the people that are receiving the masks. And this is the same exercise operation that we would do in any disaster. Maybe it's handing out food, handing out bottles of water. In a pandemic, it so happens that we're handing out face masks. So it's great. These are all disaster volunteers trained through the city's CERT program, it's Community Emergency Response Team, and it's great to see them in action here. We have an emergency radio station here. It's AM 540 in the city of Sammamish. So today we utilize that to help information. Well, so as folks are in line, as this thing starts getting busier, we have signs that say for information on, basically CPOD instructions, tune into AM 540. So by the time they get here, they know what to expect. They know how the loading situation works. And this station is something that all residents can tune into in any type of emergency as well, whether it's a winter storm or an earthquake, just to get some information out on what's going on.
Staff and volunteers gave away over 10,500 masks in 5 hours. The remaining masks will be given to senior and nursing care facilities in Sammamish. King County donated all the masks to the city, so that's no cost to any of the residents. And that's some good news, Sammamish.
Thank you, Judith, Andrew, and most importantly, everyone in Sammamish who is wearing masks. Next up, a crazy family found a creative way to show their community spirit and to celebrate the 4th of July. Let's take a look. Thank you to my crazy family for joining me on that. It really worked up my appetite. Good news for me. When Ben got the bad news his summer job was canceled, he started his own business, Ben's Home Bakery. Ben is learning how to run a small business and is saving for college. Ben is baking chocolate chip cookies, golden almond biscotti, and more. He's offering contactless pickup in the Timberline Ridge neighborhood. You can order from Ben's Home Bakery on Facebook or Instagram. Yum. And that's it for me for this episode of SGN Sammamish. But there's so much more good news in Sammamish. I am delighted to hand off to Emily and Anishka, rising freshmen at Eastlake High School, to tell you all about it. Over to you, Anishka.
Thanks, Nicole. First, we have the Giving Hope Project, run by Liam and Nancy Kaplan to help serve the homeless by providing COVID kits and sandwiches during these difficult times.
All right, hi. What is your overall project, and just describe it in a couple words if you could?
Well, it's the Giving Hope Project, and I serve the homeless every Sunday. The Giving Hope Project also serves vulnerable populations and shelters that serve the unhoused and vulnerable populations.
So, what do you give out to the homeless people?
We give out food bags and hygiene kits.
We distribute about 700 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a week.
Who else is involved with that? Anybody else help you?
We go out sometimes with another organization called One Love Feeds All.
Steady group of volunteers since we started that have been quite faithful, and people say, can we make more sandwiches next week, please? Which is really amazing.
Do you know about how many people you serve maybe every week?
300 food bags.
The requests actually are growing, probably quadruple requests for children's masks in the last 2 weeks. We were giving out like 250 masks a week, and now we're getting requests to where we're distributing up to 600. So a lot more mask requests, which means a lot more requests for donors.
When did you start this project and what inspired you to do this?
Well, we started when COVID hit.
Liam actually came to me at the beginning of the pandemic and said, I'm really worried about the people we know that are unhoused. I don't know how they're going to get masks. How are they going to get hand sanitizer? And then when he found out that many of the feeding programs were closed, he was very worried about how they would get food.
What do you think you've learned from this experience?
First, we want to say that Liam actually has quite a loyal and faithful following. And I think one of the things we've all learned from this is that there are so many good people out there. We put out a need that we have and people respond to that need. So I think just the response of people has really been overwhelming and deeply touching.
This is very impressive. Is there anything else that you want people to know about your project?
Liam named the project the Giving Hope Project, and that's really what it's about. It's about forming a relationship with people to give them hope. So sometimes the needs are bigger than a lunch bag or a mask.
Thanks a lot for talking to us.
For having us.
Thank you so much, Nancy and Liam, for all of your great work. If you want to donate or learn more about their project, visit givinghopeproject.com or their Facebook page at Giving Hope Project Seattle. Check their page on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays to find out what supplies or help they need that week. Now let's look at Ayan Gupta, who attends Tesla STEM High School and works with these other students to help make masks and face shields using 3D printers. They have many printers set up, as you can see here, and they are donating all of their masks to frontline workers. Big thanks to Ayan and the rest of the team for helping out during this crisis. Next, we have Dan Brewer, a QFC employee who has been working there for 50 years, and this is his last day. Take it away, Judith on the street.
This is Judith on the street, and I'm in front of the QFC at Pine Lake, and I hear there's some good news inside. I'm here with Dan, Pine Lake QFC. When did you start working at this QFC?
Probably about maybe 18 years ago.
Okay, so 18 years
Yeah,
ago.
but I worked for an independent for 30 years. It was Arts Food Center. That was originally when it was in 1969 is when I started, actually.
Wow. So
But
how
yeah,
many
I got a little
years
history.
is that?
I've been in this business basically 50 years.
50 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
50
That
years.
is fabulous.
But it's a special surreal day for me.
And what makes today so special?
Just knowing the love of all the employees and the customers that I've known for years and the friendships I've made.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than that, you know.
The point being is today is your last day.
Today is my official last day.
Your official last day.
Right.
What's the plans after this? What are you planning?
Well,
to do?
my mom and dad, we live in Woodinville, and hopefully be able to help them more and you know, maybe look for some hobbies that are gonna be able to make me happy and see what God leads. It's kind of emotional thinking about it, you know, but it's another chapter in my life.
Oh, that's great. That's absolutely great.
I've known a lot of customers around here and for a long time, and it showed the love to me that you know, it's almost like family. And even though they're not in my family, they're kind of an extended family because, you know, it's a workplace, and, you know, but that's how we've kept a lot of customers too, is by the family base, you know, and then the employees and just feeling the love that I've gotten from it.
We thank Dan for his service at QFC and wish him the best of luck on his retirement. And that's some good news, Sammamish.
Thanks, Dan. Happy retirement and good luck on this next phase of your life. Another segment of good news is that people are coming up with creative ways to celebrate special occasions during this time of isolation. For example, Nikita Namalakonda celebrated her 15th birthday in a very interesting way this year. They set up time slots for her friends to drive by her house and wish her well on her special day. Such a creative way to celebrate a birthday during the pandemic.
These high school students, Lakshmi and Alec, are part of the Eastlake Robotics team, who, when Corona struck, took action in providing food for lifelines.
Hi guys. Basically, what do you do and some other facts about your organization that you've started?
So we're part of the Eastlake Robotics team, Top Gun, team number 1294. We started a fundraiser to raise money to donate to Food Lifeline, and then 22 teams have joined since. We have teams from New Jersey, Utah, and California, in addition to local teams to donate to Food Lifeline, which donates food to those in need.
When did you start doing this and what inspired you?
So we started this back in March, about like a week after quarantine started. And both of us in general, we just love helping people and giving back to the community. So the idea of wanting to do something during the pandemic was already kind of there. It was just kind of a matter of what would we do.
How do you think that you guys have grown, or like what have you learned from doing this?
Okay, yeah. So FIRST has a phrase called "It's more than robots." So what that basically means is that not only do we compete and build robots, but it's more about working together and supporting our community. And so this initiative really shows that when we come together, we can really make a bigger impact. We did see that as more teams joined this initiative, we were able to raise more money. And another big thing was that through this, we were able to spread more awareness on hunger in our team and other teams as well. Like 1 in 5 kids don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yes, if you're passionate about helping the community in any cause, I would highly recommend starting it and getting people to help you with it. I do want to shout out the 22 teams real quick. We did open up a Teespring, so you can buy shirts with like food puns or stickers, food puns on them, and all the proceeds go to Food Lifeline.
Thank you guys so much for doing this interview with us. It was really awesome to learn about it.
Yeah, thank you for doing this too. Thank you.
If you would like to support their cause, you could check out their GoFundMe at this link.
As we roll into summer, camps should begin to open up, but with COVID, it's been hard lately to find safe ones to go to. Luckily, there are a few summer camps I know of that have begun safely. One example is an online camp called OutSchool, which has tons of various activities offered, ranging from pottery to survival classes to even ACT prep. You can go to outschool.com to learn more and to sign up.
Another camp offered is Coding Ninjas, which is offering socially distanced classes with everyone wearing masks. Visit codeninjas.com to learn more and find available summer classes.
Finally, we have a virtual Sammamish Day camp, which is created and run by Girl Scouts and supervised by adults. They will have camp traditions, sing-alongs, and other daily activities with themes. To sign up as a camper or adult volunteer, go to gsammamishdaycamp.org. During these tough times, music feels like the only thing in our lives that hasn't changed. Tom Stewart, my dad, has been a full-time local music instructor for 6 years. I sat down to talk with him about his career and its impact on the community, especially nowadays. Hi, Dad.
I am.
Just tell me a little bit about your teaching, how long, how you started.
I was fortunate to study with some wonderful professors when I was on the East Coast at the conservatory level. I taught off and on all through my life, but then I recently, starting in 2014, began to teach again full-time. So I've been teaching full-time here in my home studio for 6 years.
Why did you start teaching?
To be honest with you, some people came to me and said, would you be willing to teach our children piano while you're figuring out what you're going to do when you grow up? And I said, sure. And then the next thing I knew, it turned into full-time teaching, and now I have over 30 students, and I maintain that studio. So it just kind of evolved on its own, but it's been wonderful for me because I love teaching. I have a passion for teaching, and it's worked out really well.
So how do you think that your teaching has changed because of this pandemic?
You're sort of looking how it's changed. Normally, students would come here to my home studio, or I would go to their house, especially when there were siblings. So I have some high-tech equipment. I have 2 mics, one for the piano, one for me. I'm demonstrating for students and then they can see me from the camera on the laptop. I have an overhead, join the meeting with the phone and they can see down on the keyboard. So we kind of have all the bases covered here. And so it's been really not that challenging of a transition.
Why do you think it's so important to keep teaching during this hard time?
I still feel connected to my students and they still feel connected to me. They still reach out to me with questions and I look forward to seeing them every week. Technology has been a huge blessing and an opportunity in a situation like this because we haven't really lost anything. I don't think it's all bad. I don't think it's great. You know, if I had my druthers, I'd be with my students.
Is there anything else you want to say, let the people know?
Music is a gift in our lives, even in the most normal, whatever that means, of situations. So I think right now, it's more important than ever to cling to those things that are special ways for us to express ourselves. I know a lot of my students have said to me, I can't tell you how much I look forward to my lesson, Mr. Stewart.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome. For more details about lessons or availability, you can contact him at this email. And now, let's take a look at the weather with Spencer Rittenhouse.
Well, folks, it would appear that the summer season has finally hit Sammamish, so make sure to wear your sunscreen.
Thanks, Spencer. Anyone up for a movie? From July 8 to August 27, Marymore is keeping its movie-watching experience alive, even through COVID, with drive-in movies. Food trucks and vehicles are socially distanced so that everyone can enjoy the movie while staying safe.
Libraries, which were symbols of community before the pandemic, are now adapting to this new situation by organizing fun activities and making pickup and drop-off easier for patrons. Sammamish Library is hosting a fairy tale STEM challenge for kids aged 5 to 7, which explores fairy tales that have the opportunity to have changed outcomes using STEM. Sign up by going to this link. It will also be live streamed to the Sammamish Library Facebook page.
The KCLS Sammamish Library has books to go and a book drop-off place with socially distanced cones. They keep all books in a 3-day waiting area before handling them to make sure they're all safe. They also suspended all fines for overdue books while everything is up in the air. For more info about drop-off and pickup, you can go to kcls.org. Well, this is it for this month's episode of SGN. We hope you enjoyed the good news shared right here in Sammamish. Remember, no matter what, there's always good things going on in this world. And we heart Sammamish!
For the end credits, we have the Royals. They will be performing Sing 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 by Louis Prima in a concert recorded before the pandemic.
Thanks
for watching.
Sammamish is your